Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 70 of DSP versus the Internet here on DSP Reacts. We are now heading into submission tier videos, meaning these are people who are submissions level members of the channel. These videos are entered into a randomized order playlist, all right? I've decided I just want to start right with the first video and play them in order at this point. So here's the interesting thing. Last week on this very show, I reacted to a video of me playing Justin Wong in the mid-2000s. I want to say that was like 2006. At Evo East and defeating him, and I commentated on it. This video is actually much earlier than that. This is from before I was even good at Super Turbo. This is my days when I was playing Marvel versus series, like Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 at a competitive level and trying to be good. And I was not very good. I'm going to be honest. Like, I was really good in Connecticut, meaning that's where I was growing up. I was kind of what you would call a big fish in a small pond. Among the players in Connecticut, I was probably top 3 at all times, okay? But as soon as I would leave Connecticut and I would go across state lines to New York or New Jersey or somewhere else, I would be faced with a lot of competition I'd never seen before. Keep in mind, there was no online play for fighting games back then. You had to go play someone in person to be exposed to different strategies and gameplay styles. There were no videos online of gameplay. You just had to read facts and people posting up, oh, here's a combo I figured out, and try to figure out what they're saying or how you do it. So, at this point, it was like I would play a lot in my local scene and do really well, but then I would go to tournaments and lose all the time, all right? It was just a frequent thing. Keep in mind also, one of the major factors, back then you had to play on arcade cabinets, and all arcade cabinets had different controls. One place you play might have a switch stick. One might have what they called a perfect 360 joystick, which had no switches at all. It was based on an optical laser. Some might have American-style buttons. Some might have the Japanese-style buttons. So no matter where you're going, everything's different. There's no consistency in controls because you're playing on a cabinet, and that led to a lot of issues. You know, usually what I played with when I was in Connecticut was completely different than what I was playing on when I traveled. It was a problem. But anyway, one of the things that I did, I've already talked about my history in the FGC, but I was a big shit talker online. And to try to build up hype for events, I would try to be a heel on internet forums, challenging people, talking shit. And essentially, I would say, hey, let's do a big money match or this or that. And it would get people hype. It would get people hype for events. People would back one person or the other person for a big money match. People would get excited and record them and stuff like that. And in this case, this was me. I could actually give you the background of what we're about to watch, okay? So there was a group of players from Florida, and there was a few of them. And the biggest, most outspoken one, his name was Blazini Flo. He was a really tall Asian guy, and he always talked shit, okay? So him and me went back and forth talking shit online a lot. So I challenged the best player in Florida, Mix-Up, to a big money match, okay? I said, let's play. I don't care any amount. I want to play you. I bet I can beat you. And so Mix-Up and I had agreed to this money match. But then Blazini Flo started opening his mouth, and he wasn't known to be as good as Mix-Up. And I said, you know what? I'm going to beat you too. So now I go to, this was probably like ECC, East Coast Championships. And I'm challenging a billion people to money matches like an idiot, right? Well, guess what? I lost to Blazini Flo. The guy who wasn't supposed to be as good as the best guy in Florida, he beats me. And I'm like, dude, I can't believe I lost to this fucking guy who I know I'm better than him, but I played like shit. Like, I just had tons of issues, missing moves and everything. It was a nightmare. So I already lost to the guy who was supposed to be the warm-up match to the main event. But I was a man of my word, all right? And I said, if I challenge someone to a money match, we're going to do it, regardless if I know I'm going to lose or whatever. So I stuck to it. At this tournament, I think it was like 100 or 200 bucks I lost to Blazini Flo, and then I had to do this money match against Mix-Up right after, all right? So just to forewarn you, I know I do terrible in this match. I just don't know how bad because I haven't seen it since. I will watch some of it. I don't know if we're going to watch 12 minutes of it, but we'll watch some of it and I'll comment on this. Here we go. There you go. That's Mix-Up on the left, and that's me on the right. Super young me here.
DSP versus Mix-Up. Game 1 for first to $200.
This isn't even when I had a good team. Like, this is Magneto, Storm, Cyclops. That's not even a good combination. Like, most people did Magneto, Storm, Psylocke, or Magneto, Storm, Tronbon, or Sentinel in the mix. That's not even a good team that I'm using. It's pretty shitty. See, now he's just rushing me down. He's all over me. He just keeps rushing me down. It's actually quite hard to block high-low in Marvel 2 when someone's all over you like that. And instant cancel. Hits me with a super. Yep, that was very nice. There you go. Insane damage, and I'm dead. Storm's dead. Done. Mix-Up was actually one of the first people to use Tronbon. Tronbon is incredibly good as an assist. She does broken damage that doesn't scale properly as an assist. But as an actual character, she's terrible. She doesn't play very well. But as you saw what happened, I was dominating. I was doing really well. And then I make like one mistake, and that's it. And that's what would happen in my matches, too. Like, I'll have a good start, and then all of a sudden I make one mistake. And in that game, that's what it's like. You get hit by Tronbon, she can kill your whole team. Now I have only Cyclops? No, who do I have? Only Magneto. There's no chance of me winning this. Infinite. Yep. Oh my god, look at that! I had an opening and I flubbed it and didn't do it right. So, no chance there. I totally remember that sign. See, look at the sign on the left-hand side of the monitor. It says, oh, you could go buy pretzels at the refreshment stand. I totally remember that being at 8 at the break. That's the name of this arcade we're at. All the time. They had an actual, like, refreshments thing in there. You could get food and drinks and stuff in there. I remember that pretzel sign being there for entire tournaments. Look at that. Snap me out. Infinite. That's it. Cyclops is dead. Yep. So good. Oh, I dropped it. He wanted to be fancy. It doesn't matter because I'm coming in with no health. Oh, I switched to Sentinel. I actually switched to Sentinel now. Do I have? Sentinel... I can't see who my last character is. Abel? I can't tell. Storm? Well, that's domination right there. Once you have no assist to stop Rushdown, you're pretty boned. Like, you need an assist. You need Captain Commando, you need Psylocke, you need Cyclops, you need Tronbot. You need an assist that's going to come out and stop that Rushdown. And he killed my assist right off the first. He got Cyclops in and murdered him. So that's the end of the round, or that's the end of the game, actually. Instant overhead. Done. Didn't even try to block it. I just got owned. And
DSP versus Mix-Up.
Damn! They said no.
Game 3.
you see, I don't even know what team to use. I'm just fucking around. I can tell you right now, when we started this, I knew I wasn't winning. Because if I already lost to Blazzini Flow, right? I'm not going to beat the guy who's known as the best player in the fucking state now. So I already knew this was done, and I was already losing the money and everything. I didn't even know who to use. I just started swapping between characters and stuff. I didn't really care at this point. Oh, I went back to Cyclops. So Tronbon, when she comes out to do her assist, it's that big, like, satellite dish attack. It normally should only do a couple hits. It's a glitched assist that does insane damage that doesn't scale. So it's like giant chunk, giant chunk, giant chunk if it hits. And if you combo into it, it's huge damage. And that's why everyone uses her for rushdown teams. If you hit me once, you get it out, it'll, like, destroy your whole team. I'm using Cyclops because Cyclops is a great anti-air character to stop rushdown. Yep, look at that. I got hit again by Tronbon. He canceled and stops my own super because I screwed up. I should have thrown Tornado and cancel in the super, but I just did cold super, in which case she has start up, and he could just immediately do a double super cancel and stuff it. So he's playing incredibly well, and I'm playing incredibly poorly, basically. Like, I'm doing everything wrong. I finally hit Tronbon there. So I actually had a chance to possibly kill Tronbon, but nope, I didn't get it. Then I missed my attempt to convert into a combo there. And there's the rush down, and it's over. This is over. Chip to death. Cyclops is only mid-tier in this. He's not great. He has no chance against top-tier characters. Like, 0 chance. I did a Hail Mary uppercut, Gene Splice.
DSP versus mix-up.
I'm getting completely bodied. That was a guard break. When you come in, you can get them to, if you block in midair when you're coming in, and you can get it to release the block and then do a free combo. He dropped it, though. He went for a guard break. It didn't matter. He still caught me with a mix-up. I mean, this is his name, Mix-Up, and he literally was one of the pros at mixing up with Magneto. Look at that. He's high-low all over me. I don't know how to block. I don't know when to push block. He's beating me through my push blocks. I can't get him off me, and there you go. Done. Completely dominated. That wasn't for ours. That was another match. Basically what happened was everyone was interested to see me play these guys, and as soon as I lost to Blazzini Flow, everyone was like, fuck this, we don't want to watch it, because Phil's just going to lose anyway. And they were right. So, I mean, this trouncing continues. Let me see if I even pick different characters. Did I ever pick, like, Cable or anything? Because Cable was one of my best characters at one point. It just looks like I just continue to get my ass handed to me, like, no chance. Yep, done. Tron Bon Army coming in. I got my ass. Big mallet. The big mallet serve bot. I walked right into him, didn't even do anything. Again, those people commenting are not commenting on our match. They're commenting on another match. There's probably like no one watching this. Who's that green character? What's going on here? Did I change characters? Magneto Cable Tronbon? I went to Magneto Cable Tronbon. No, is that Magneto Iceman Tronbon? It is. I picked Iceman. He's one of the worst characters in the game. I picked him just to fuck around. I know. Yeah, look. I know I wasn't winning, so I picked fucking Iceman. That's funny. Yeah, Iceman sucks. All right. So, yeah, I got owned. We're at the end here. Can we see the end? Getting 5-0'd. That's an edit, by the way. That's some idiot editing the ending here. Getting 5-0'd. All right. Nah, there's nothing at the end there. Nope. I lost bad, like I said. I knew once I lost to Blazzini Flow, I had no chance. Because you don't know how good these guys are. You never really played them or anything. You see people talking shit online. You see tournament results from, like, their locals. It's like, all right, they're good, but how good are they? And this guy was fucking really, really good with the rush down and mix-up stuff. Again, it's stuff I had probably never even seen before because no one in Connecticut knew how to do that stuff. So I'm only seeing that level of play when I'm traveling to play at tournaments. Now, here I am being stupid and saying, let's do a $200 money match or something, right? Stupidity. But that's how it was back then. It was all about rivalries, try to get hype going and stuff like that. Okay. So this is an interesting video. It's about changes with Zangief in the new patch, but I kind of already know these changes. Well, I'll just briefly watch this. So now he has the ground bounce after a counter hit low pierce punch. We already knew that. With headbutt, he can now combo straight out of headbutt. He doesn't have to drive rush anymore. No one's ever going to use that Tundra Storm bullshit. Yeah, see, headbutt is now +7. It's much better. It means that you can combo right after it cold. And you can do longer combos with it, which I'm already utilizing in my Zangief gameplay. Thunderstorm can catch drive reversals. Yeah, but no one's going to use it. No one's going to use that move. It's a leg-only reversal. That's pretty darn useless. This too, you can cancel out of the stomps. You couldn't do that before. But you're probably never going to use that. There's always better optimal combo paths than using the stomps. I don't know anyone who uses the stomps at all. Yeah, if you get on the final hit of Lariat, you can combo after, but it only really works in the corner. Yeah, only the final hit of Lariat juggles. So you have to basically time it so that the lariat hits like late, which is really weird and awkward that would happen, but you may sometimes get that in the corner. We already know about the yes, the low DP causes a juggle counter if it's a counter hit. That was pretty decent, but it's not the optimal combo path either. Yeah, jumping SPD aerial spinning pile driver has increased combos now. That's right. I forgot about that in the corner. I totally forgot about that in the corner, that you can do that. And that does a lot of damage. Air SPD. I don't know why you would do this many drive rushes. It's insane. Yeah. Now Perry has an insanely huge hitbox if it misses, so he can SPD it from way far away, which helps him a lot, actually. There's the juggle off of it. Yep. This huge drive rushing. Use his whole bar. That'll kill Akuma. Yep. So yeah, you can cancel the stomps. That is so silly. That's just a show-off combo. All right, let's watch one more video in this part before we split it. That's not fighting game related. So this is what prisoners do with their time.
With interval. The interval is by me reading one page. Then I continue back with the push-up again. With my previous incarceration, I roughly know what the schedule in prison is gonna be like.
Almost the entire day in the cell.
I can make use of the time down here. So I put in the schedule with things that I want to do outside, but I couldn't get it done because it requires a lot of patience, teaming, understanding. Exercise is one of my plans to fulfill some of my time here.
Right, I mean, if you're stuck in a cell, you can't do shit. What are you going to do? Work out, right? Work out so that way you're going to be buff and healthy by the time you get out. I would probably try to do the same thing, depending on, you know, if it's allowed in the prison or whatever, where, you know, the conditions. He's in his own cell, so he's free to do that and not have other people complain, I guess, right?
It requires you to rest a lot as well. So the time flies extremely fast.
After I was sentenced, right, I calculate how much time I left in prison. So after cutting off the remission and the remands, I left with 10 years. I know there is a prison school. So I do the calculation. 1 year for NA, 1 year for O-level, and 2 years for diploma. Maybe after the diploma, I will want to pursue a study in the degree course. So for this year, I move on to take my O-level.
So there you go. Prison school compresses a 4 to 5 year secondary school curriculum into 1 year. So they're able to actually attend school and get an education while incarcerated. I'm not aware that you could do that in American prisons. So they really are trying to reform a lot of the people in there in a positive way. Now, why did it back out of the dang video? Come on. Why did it do that?
To sit on the floor as my age catching up, feel the pain. 253. We don't have TV, we don't have radio, we don't have computer, we don't go in social media, so we just spend our time on study. And that really make our time fly very fast.
That's the study group, sitting on the floor with your books and a paper, right? Huh.
We were sharpening through on the floor.
They're doing self-tattooing in the cell. Oh God, that can't be very sanitary.
Close thread. We tie it to the panda stapler. We ask for like diarrhea medication. They will give us these chuck. and 4-stroke of cane.
Oh, man. I mean, what did you think was going to happen? You're not supposed to do that. So they caught him. Obviously, his tattoos were growing. So they caught him and they hit him with that fucking cane. Oh, my God. That's terrible. The cane. We already learned last week about what that caning is like. Oh, man. Yeah, but I mean, it seems like basically you can get stimulation in different ways, correct? So you can physically stimulate yourself by working out. You can mentally stimulate yourself by studying. Probably the best of all worlds would be a balance of all of that, right? Like when you're not able to study, then you work out. When you're studying, you dedicate yourself to that. I wonder how many people go out there being completely changed individuals because they're doing that, right? Damn. All right, well, good stuff. That was a good one. And I hope you're enjoying. We have one more part left of DSP versus the internet for the week. I certainly hope that you guys will join me for it. And thank you to those who submitted these clips. If you would like to be a part of the fun next week, consider becoming a member. Ultra members, we watched all their videos. As you can see, the standard members, we just watched in a randomized order. And I'm enjoying myself. I hope you guys are too. And thank you. I will see you the next part.